roads twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Night's a beast, it devours the weak. Steel and fire, the language I speak. Dust in my lungs, wind in my face. Speed's my temple, this road's my grace. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Ain't no cage that can hold me down. No leash, no chains, no goddamn crown. I'm a rebel, yeah, my spirit's raw. The world can't touch what the wild man saw. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold.
The virtual world center of racing, that is the Daytona International Speedway. Normally the kickoff of the season, normally the final race of the regular season. Well, let's just go ahead and make it a playoff race. It's the round of 24, round number 2. And the bottom line is this: you might not win the championship here in Daytona, but you damn sure can lose it. Welcome to the DSR Electric 250. And at the end of 250 miles, 100 laps on the World Center of Racing, we will find out who's advancing, what type of fireworks will entail here in Daytona. I am Wesley Outland, the Redneck announcer. Jacob Reeves is alongside Beaglestein Hopton. There's a look at the updated bracket and a lock for Kermit, Jacob. Now, Daytona, friend or foe? What are we going to see tonight, buddy?
Well, I mean, Daytona, Wesley, I mean, good evening to you and everybody else out there at the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We're back at Daytona. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, hell, we was just here not too long ago, but I honestly, you don't know, really, Wesley. You don't know. We've seen races time and time again, Daytona, Talladega. Will it be a friend or foe? Only time will tell as to how aggressive everybody wants to be, where do they want to put themselves. That one's always the big mystery when we go to these super speedways. You really don't know if it's going to be a friend or foe until the green flag drops.
I think you're exactly right, and obviously coming off of the race at Texas, Luke Smith winning that event on a 1.5 miles. This is super speedway racing. It's going to get chaotic. It's going to get crazy, and it is time to get this started. The starting lineup here at Daytona as preliminary laps are beginning. Look at that, new front row grid. Matt Cherry, Peyton Johnson on row number 1. Row 2 here in Daytona. Row number 2 will find Joey Stiers and Andrew Harris. Their truck is also on display. Row number 3, Roger Diebold, Jaws made noise in Texas, and we'll see what Tyler Goodwin can do starting outside row 3 and 6. Fuzzy Mongold and Cole Larson making up row number 4 in the 12 and 20. And Jacob, row number 5, will find Chad Ross and season 2 champion Brady LaBeouf.
And right behind them, starting in P11, well, actually both of them right here in row number 6, Chris Blanchard and Taylor Peacock, 2 drivers to really watch out for here in Daytona. Very, very good on the super speedways. Double L Lucas Lyons with J.D. Larson making up row number 7. You flip-flop back to row number 8. And this is where you find the Hillbilly, Steve Barnett, and the Kappa, Joshua Suss, making up 15th and 16th in row number 8. Row 9 for 17th and 18th on the grid. It's last week's winner, Luke Smith, and the regular season point champion, the Bulldog, Adam Newton. And rounding out the top 20, right behind them, you got Colton Hogan, Daytona winner, and our good buddy, Mr. Shane Scott.
Colton Hogan won when the season started here. Brian Chew, the Holodaddy, never count him out. James Kaufman in the U.S. Army colors on row 11. Row number 12, Jason Morales and the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, season 4 champion. Row number 13 on the grid, Jonathan Cofield, the defending champion from Mumford, Alabama, and Gary Tribune in the 7. Row number 14 in the top 30s rolling in as Aaron Van Rydel is ready with Justin Lumpkin in the DSR electric number 18. And the final rows will find Jeffrey Johnson as well as Raul Meza heading towards Mr. 500. And we're not done yet. I think they're going to say Shane Trotter is starting the race, but he'll start in the back. Chris Blanchard, I believe, as well, starting on pit lane. Race analysis right before nightfall here in Daytona. 2.5 miles, 4.026 kilometers here at the World Center of Racing. 31 degrees of banking in the corners. 25 laps in stage number 1. We'll stay green unless a natural caution brings us under yellow. Then another 25 lap stint to lap number 50. Caution will come out at the end of that stage, and then they run 50 laps to the checkered flag. Unlimited temps at overtime. 3 total sets of tires, 100% fuel capacity. Race will have about a 2-hour and 10-minute time limit. Jacob, it don't get any more exciting than this. I mean, Daytona is already a wild card in NASRA. Well, let's just go ahead and throw it in the playoffs. I mean, this changes everything, right? I mean, how many years of the series we covered where normally Daytona is the finale of the regular point season? And it's a wild card, as I mentioned. But now you add the chaos, the drama to the round of 24, and you just put everybody in the snake's patch as we're about ready to come to green, man. This is going to be crazy. Patience is key as the pace truck will drop onto the pit lane. Round of 24. Round 2.
Green flag.
DSR electric 250 coming to green. It's time to racing And as they fan out in the turn number 1, up the 31 degrees of Macon to the Jacob Reeves view, ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race.
Here we go as they're working their way off of turn number 2. Matt Cherry, Peyton Johnson, side by side as they duke it out. Andrew Harris, Joey Stiers right there behind him as well. Couple of them already taking the opportunity to drop below the double yellow line. We've seen this time and time again. Drop below the double yellow line, work their way on all the way to the back, and try to mess out from some of the chaos that could ensue right here. The big one here at Daytona.
And working off of turn number 4, bouncing down to the corner at full song. It'll be another lap before they get there. Cross the stripe, put 1 lap in, 99 to go. You might have 99 problems, but leading lap 1 isn't one. Back into the corner, it's Harris and Johnson. They're door to door. Cherry and Goodwin alongside as they climb the bank in again in 2.
I'm telling you, that right there, awesome quote. And I was over there jamming for a little bit as we were watching them work their way off of turn 1 and 2, over 180 miles an hour, inches apart, 2 wide up at the front of third lane, trying to get rocked up there. Looks like that's the Kappa. Joshua Suss with a holiday. Brian Chew lined up behind him, and LaBeouf almost got into Suss. Suss has got a hell of a run on the outside.
Behind him, the red number 19, that is the regular season champion of Adam Newton from Hillsborough, North Carolina, up the outside. Powering up outside, up against the safer barrier. I cannot friggin' believe it. We're already 5 rows, 3 wide, and they're going now with Harris to the lead in 1.
Yeah, Harris trying to make it happen, and Harris is going to go backwards in a hurry. Says everybody else. Holiday, Brian Chew trying to hold on up on the top side, almost got snappy loose. And one driver jumping to the bottom, that's Joey Stiers. He says, to hell with this. Jumps below the double yellow line and works his way on to the back. Peyton Johnson up front with the lead. Joshua Suss getting the help from the Holiday and Adam Newton. Joshua Suss to the lead here at Daytona.
A man out of Kansas working the outside, now drops down to the bottom. Now Peyton Johnson, Brian Chew will take and still away the number 1 and 2 spots. Newton now moves to the outside lane with the help of Harris in that red number 19, the yellow or the orange and white 87. Harris right behind the leader, Brian Chew. We call him the Holiday. I call him Mr. Restrictor Plate. He knows how to win in Daytona as they roar to the super stretch.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Brian Chew would love to take home the winner's prize here tonight, but more importantly, lock himself into the next round. But that money is oh so sweet as well. They call him the Holiday. Make you holler for $1. Brian Chew up here at the front. He's got Newton, Harris, and now Lucas Lyons behind him, front 4 single file.
It's all about dollar bills, y'all, and it's all about a lock to put yourself into the next round. Brian Chew, one of those drivers right now. Remember, Brian Chew missed the playoff race. Yes, last Monday night at Texas. Why? Because he was watching Indiana and Miami battle for the college football playoff national championship. Brian Chew's got to win the race in the round of 24 to advance to the semifinals. He leads them on the back straightaway.
Yeah, they got really squirrely over there in 1 and 2. A couple of them got together, but really kind of separated the pack out, Wesley. I mean, they were 3 wide, numerous rows deep, and now we have literally got the front 5 single file. Then you got a little double wide, and then you got to go back and look to a second pack that's getting going now. The inside lane's starting to get going with Chad Ross.
Shane Scott, by the way, joining us on the camera down below. He had himself probably one of his best NASRA career finishes in the Prosper Engineering Endurance Series the other night. We broadcast that race from last Tuesday at Charlotte at the Roval. And, of course, her Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez, February the 3rd is when the next race will happen for that series. That's next Tuesday night. Right now, down the back straightaway, it is Chew, it is Newton, it is Harris, it is Lyons, it is Barnett, the Hillbilly. That's the law firm of the top 5 as we go into turn number 3 here in Talladega.
And Wesley, I'll say this. About that road course thing that you was talking about a second ago, I can't even pronounce it even if I wanted to. Take you a couple of shots and say that 3 times fast and see if you actually don't screw it up. Holiday up there at the front. Bulldog Adam Newton right there with him. Harris, Lyons, Joshua Suss, Hillbilly, Chad Ross. Literally about a 13-car breakaway, or 13-truck breakaway, I should say, up here at the front. Jonathan Cofield leading that second group with Diebold, Kaufman, Trabue, Peacock, Larson, and Luke Smith.
Say it with me, Jacob. It's fun and educational. Autodromo, Hermanes, Rodriguez.
Autodromo, Hermanes.
Hermanes Rodriguez.
Like minus, like add and minus. Is that what we're looking at here?
Hermanes. Autodromo, Hermanes Rodriguez. Yes. Hermanes Rodriguez. Yeah.
Where the hell did they get the Rodriguez from?
Because Rodriguez, the name Rodriguez comes from the very popular Mexican race car driver from that area. So it's paying homage to Rodriguez.
Are they going to play the Taco Bell dog song?
Yeah.
Are you going to? I just curious. Why not?
I heard that squishing. I said, "Whoa, mama!" All right, here comes down Chew leading. Y'all didn't believe me. I had to prove a point last week as they go into the corner. Suss on the inside, Chew up high. They put the door down to Joshua Suss on the bottom, and he's going to carry Newton with him up top. Look at Hillbilly. How about that ride right now, going for Barnett the top 10. Morales as well. Keep an eye on Lyons and Mongold in the mix as they rumble into turn 1.
Yeah, and a bunch of these guys up here in the top 7, everybody in the top 7, Wesley, are plus in their positions. Make that now 7 of the top 8 as Buzzy Mongo gets right back to where he started at in the 7th spot. But some of the big movers, Holidaddy up 20 spots. The Compa Joshua Suss up 13. The Bulldog Adam Newton up 14. Our good buddy Shane Scott up 15. And Jason Morales, you talked about him a second ago, up 14 spots. Raul Meza in this pack as well, up 17 spots. A whole lot of big movers.
Remember, bottom line, Shane Scott looking to have a pretty decent finish as well as he works now on the inside, the purple and black entry number 21. Great Scott, Shane Scott working inside as they climb the banking again. It's now Chad Ross up top now, going to the lead of the Goodrich 38-2.
Yeah, Goodrich colors looking fantastic here tonight at Daytona, but he has got to go up against one of the veterans, one of the best to do it here in NASRA, here at Daytona. But when the Bulldog Adam Newton's latched right onto your tailgate, you ain't got much to worry about. Now will the Bulldog jump to the bottom side and hook up with his teammate with Swim and Brian Chew? He thinks different. He'll stay up top with Lyons with Chad Ross leading off turn 4.
Top 5 right now as they come storming through the tri-oval out of turn number 4, flashing across the stripe. It is Ross, it is Newton, Lyons, Chew, Barnett has now climbed back up into the top 5.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN. 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Caution out on the racetrack. We got trouble in turn number 3. A couple of trucks have got together. It is Barnett. It is Chew. They tangle with each other down the end of the back, straight away on the inside of turn number 3, and the caution is out. Jason Morales, Barnett, Brian Chew, all collected as the caution flies.
Oh, man, that is unfortunate to see that right there, Wesley Outlet. All those drivers up there basically running up there at the front. Holidaddy was up there leading it. Let's see what happens right here. Morales thinks about it, jumps down to the bottom side. Oh, wow, he just comes up a little bit and just tags Barnett. Left rear hooks him. Holidaddy nowhere to go. Innocent spins. Don't know if Barnett hit the wall or not. Certainly Jason didn't, as well as Brian. Neither one of them hit the wall, but Hillbilly might have was able to get it locked down before he hit the inside retaining wall. And it spins, but you got to wonder what was going through Jason Morales' mind just to come straight to the right. He hooked him. Barnett didn't come down. Morales come up and got him.
Yeah, I don't want to say Morales is done it intentionally, right? But I mean, a little too aggressive maybe, or maybe a bad bump draft. Let's watch it one more time from another angle. I think probably the best thing to do is go on board with the 10 of Jason Morales. And it looked like he just tagged right here, the left rear, right there. Bam. I mean, just that could be a side draft. That could be net code. There could be a number of things right there that caused what happened. And what a save for Brian Chu. Honestly, let's be honest, a save for all of these guys. Besides maybe flat spotting tires, these guys are going to be able to continue with no damage on the 10, the 42, or the 51.
Yeah, but the only problem is, though, Wesley Outland, I mean, with that accident right there, Brian Chu actually going to get out of this pretty much unscathed. Jason Morales, Steve Barnett spinning around there at the back. Damn! Lions just put the hard left, jumping it down pit road strategy happening right here in stage 1.
He said, excuse me, coming through. Caution is out. We're just getting started here in Daytona. Some drivers are pitting, some are not. Midway through stage 1 at the World Center of iRacing. Daytona, we're back in just a moment.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Oh, the conversations during radio timeout, TV timeout. That's all I'm going to say. And sometimes I lead them. Chad Ross is up in front leading the way right now. Jacob, you with me? You there?
Oh, yeah.
Ross and Newton Cherry, top 3. And Joey Stiers, I think, said he got his cam on now. So, hey, thank you, Dustin Gordon. He says, best broadcast crew out there. Let's go, Scott and Hogan. Shane Scott and Colton Hogan. Remember, Colton Hogan won the race. There he is right there in the number 5. He won the race. And there's Joey Stiers right there. Hey, Joey! Is he wearing his... he's got a double camera, actually. Yeah. You ever heard of being double parked? He's double camera. Double vision. Hey, double vision! A little foreigner there, huh?
Yeah, Foreigner, believe it or not, little side note on this. I'm actually looking to possibly get some tickets to that Foreigner and Leonard Skinner coming to Atlanta. I can't wait for that.
Dude. Yeah, come on, man. That would be a hell of a concert. You better bring your baby David over there for that one.
He loves Foreigner. He does.
Yeah,
he
man.
loves Foreigner.
Get them kids in that music stuff early. There's Raw. Yeah, Foreigner, man. Double vision. Ooh. Okay, no more singing. Raw Meza, by the way, Mr. 500. And I totally forgot about this, Jacob. He runs, obviously, multiple NASRA events. He runs not only the DSR Electric, the Cops Truck Series, and the NASRA Cup Series. On the road to 500. Career start for NASRA. Raw Meza, 495 tonight. Damn, he's in 17th.
Yeah, I mean, and as many races as he runs, Wesley, and as many times as we've checked him on the webcam, I mean, just sitting there racing, and he's working, he's texting, he's driving. That is a busy man right there. I mean, we have seen it. We seen this a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, with Jeffrey Johnson Jr. getting his very first career win in NASRA. Meza has not had that yet.
Yeah.
Same play. I mean, not the same track, obviously, of Talladega, but the same style of racing right here. Meza up here in prime position. Watch out for Meza. I think we may see something good out of him, unless he gets screwed here tonight.
Alas, the field will come back to the restart zone. By the way, we're in stage number 1. That'll bring 86 laps to go and about 9 laps remaining here. Pace truck is in, back inside the restart zone, presented by United Rentals. Green flag back in the air. Ross on the inside is now Newton. Ross up top. They've got friends. Here comes Cherry. Here comes Suss. Tribute top 5 as they rumble back into turn 1.
And boy, Lucas Lyons back there behind him in the 41 went all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. Cut off Buzzy Mongold. Slid right into the rocking chair, honestly, so to speak. Ross still leads it. Son, shoving him. Damn near turning it. Going into 3. He's had enough of it. He's going back to the front to 80. Joshua Suss trying to get his first win here at NASRA with the DSR Electric Truck Series.
Daytona. Oh, look out. Adam Newton. And now Matt Cherry spins. Shane Scott's collected. Goodwin's collected. I think Cofield might have got a piece of it off against the safer barrier. And there is the trucks littered, scattered, all of them through the grass, the turf grass, here in the tri-oval, here at Daytona. A massive crash. People are going to be leaving in tears, like Cherry, like Scott, like Goodwin. And it all started with the regular season champion Adam Newton getting turned on the bottom of the apron out of 4.
My goodness, Wesley Outlet, honestly, I mean, it was literally packed right there on the front stretch with trucks parked everywhere. Looked like a Walmart parking lot on Black Friday before COVID hit. Everybody remember how that used to be? Before
I want a present.
Before online shopping, I ought to hit a We Got Beef on that. But anyway, there's Matt Cherry in the 45. See if he ends up tagging Newton. But really, I mean, Newton spins, and then everybody kind of stacks up. Cherry stacks up as well, and I think that's where Scott gets into him, gets him sideways. Let's see one more time as they work their way off at 4 right here. You see Newton, he comes up a little bit. There's Cherry that tags him. Cherry eventually gets out of the gas. It gets run over. It gets knocked to the right. We'll see that as well. But Newton just slides up a little bit, has to get out of the gas, almost going to run over Joshua Suss, and then slides up the hill a little bit. Cherry gets him in the left rear. Adam Newton trying to lock it down, hits the inside wall pretty good, to be honest. But then after that, Cherry gets out of the gas, and once he gets out of the gas, he gets turned right in front of the whole damn field.
Take a look at this from another angle in real speed. Cherry punting the 19 out of line, but then he takes himself out of the equation. There's the trucks involved. Goodwin, Brian Chew, Matt Cherry, Shane Scott, Joey Stiers, Buzzy Mongold. There's the Texas winner. There's Kermit. He gets collected. Barnett up against the wall. Van Rattle in the fence. Mongold, Lumpkin, Larson. Let's be honest, Jacob Reeves, and we've said it before. You got more trucks involved in this accident than ones that got away from it.
It seems like that a lot of times when we end up having big ones here in NASRA. As you see right there, Buzzy almost got through it. You see Stiers right there able to kind of lock it down, almost got hooked by Kermit as well. And then pretty much everybody stacked up, a bunch of them trying to lock it down to try to run over, or not to run over other drivers. Wow, all of that just happening by just a bad bump draft gone wrong. Remember, Wesley, yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before. Don't bump draft coming off of the corner, but certainly I don't believe that was the mindset and that was the game plan with Matt Cherry getting in Adam Newton.
Look at this again from another angle. This is from up top with Chris Blanchard, who, by the way, now lives in New Hampshire. Larson of the 98 around. The other Larson family member caught up in it. Mongold spinning across the grass. There's the defending Daytona winner, Colton Hogan, going around. Brian Chew missing Lions on pit road. I mean, look at this. I mean, it just happened from So many different spectrums. On board with Roger Diebold as we put it in play. Look at this. Oh, boy, Brian Chew. Look at Kermit the Frog. You think he's glad he won Texas last Monday night? Here's the reason why.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I bet you Kermit is absolutely tickled to death and has already locked himself into the next round. And folks, we see a lot of them working their way, going into the grass, going down pit road. Remember the old rule with this. You can't go below the double yellow line to improve your position. They black flag you. Right. But in this instance right here, you can go wherever you want to. The grass, pit road, whatever you got to do to try to miss the wreck. That is the saving grace that a lot of them see right here. Watch Meza as he gets all the way down. Damn, he got Kermit just a little bit, but sent that sucker so hard. Might have knocked the right front off of it just a little bit. But other than that, was able to get through it and have minor damage.
So many trucks involved in this accident. We're not done showing you replays. This is On Board with Joey Stiers. Hoffman up ahead, Meza on the bottom, Mr. 500. And watch this and listen. I mean, it's like the old 80s techno club song, Where Do You Go? I mean, yeah, where do you go? I mean, where do you go? You're literally running your own race, Jacob Reeves. You've got nothing going on, and then all of a sudden it's, hey, where do you go? Oh. I mean, seriously.
And Wesley, I really wished there was some way in technology to where we could go back and where we saw Joey Stiers shoot through there, that we could actually see what his face was looking like on that webcam. Because I bet you his eyes was wider, literally as wide as a damn high schooler's pickup truck that his daddy's money bought. I mean, honestly, the tires on the trucks, I mean, I don't know if you've ever saw it or not. That's a bad analogy. But the point is, he was going to use a
totally different one. Yeah, I thought you were going to use something like, walking in and catching your old lady with your best friend or something on the porch or something, like.
That'll work.
That'll work.
That's even better.
Yeah, big bug-eye moments. Back to green as the action continues. As we near the end of stage one here in Daytona with 7 to go. Chad Ross up in front, Jacob, and he looks really good.
He very much does, Wesley Allen. And another one, like you were talking about with the bug-eyed moments of eyes widening up, like that analogy that you just so graciously gave us a minute ago. Kerry Tribune, one of them, up 20 spots from where he started with that big one that happened not so long ago, just a couple laps ago, has worked himself up here in contention. He's the biggest gator on the racetrack. Van Ryder up here in this mix as well. Suss, Morales, Barnett, all of them big gators. And keep in mind, Steve Barnett and Jason Morales, they got hooked up a while ago.
Yeah, they sure did. Big eye moments, big moves coming to the line. 6 to go. Outside lane comes Harris. He's got Stiers behind him. Towed up on the middle lane is going to be, of course, Kerry Tribune. And here comes now the help of Taylor Peacock. First time we mention his name. Pushing Suss up the middle lane. Now to the bottom of the double yellow line as they work the backstretch.
Yeah, and Taylor Peacock, one of those drivers, really got to watch out for. Chris Blanchard, not too far back from all that with that towing company right there in his Chevy. Front three, single file, starting to get away. Kerry Tribune trying to help Joshua Suss. Harris had enough of shoving Ross. Stiers is going to have to hook up with Ross. Andrew Harris down to the inside, battle for the lead, coming to 5 to go.
Ross. A bad bump draft would send him into the safer barrier, but Joey Stiers patiently, methodically stand right up on the back of his tailgate. Barnett right there, the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest driver. I know the Northwest has got to be exciting for the Seattle Seahawks back in the Super Bowl. And right now, it is Barnett hooking up with Stiers. Stiers right on Ross's back door. And while that goes on, Harris has got to hold off the likes of Suss on the inside.
Yeah, with Kerry Tribune and Taylor Peacock down there on the bottom side helping him out as well. But Ross getting a better shove from Joey Stiers, sends him clear all clear. It's double wide all the way throughout the rest of the field. Ross still going to occupy that outside lane. Hold up, Joey Stires. Taylor Peacock looked for a second to jump up to the middle, but jump back down.
Here they come through the tri-oval, down to the line, closing in. 10 miles remaining in stage one. Now remember, we've already had a caution or two yellow flags in the start of the stage one. If we can keep it together, we'll stay green and go into Glass Mechanic stage two. Stires on the back bumper on the outside lane of Ross as they push him in two.
Yeah, but honestly, as hard as they're pushing it, obviously for those stage points and what it's going to mean here in the playoffs in this very first round, I would not be surprised to see another caution before we get to the end of stage number one. Chad Ross, all he's thinking about is staying in front of everybody and trying to get the stage win here at Daytona. But here comes Harris to the inside with help from Joshua Suss.
Back to the line, 3 to go. What a move by Harris on the bottom. Playing patiently, though, is the driver up top of Chad Ross. Man, what a job Ross is doing. Tires right behind him. And how about any of these guys wanting stage points? You're in the playoffs. You want stage points? Get in line. Time to go into the back stretch now.
I'm telling you, I mean, honestly, up here in North Georgia, it is 19 degrees, but here at Daytona for the DSR Electric Truck Series with NASRA, it is hot as hell. Literally hot racing. Here comes Johnson outside with help from Brian Jewis. Harris takes the lead coming off turn 4.
Here they come, working out for turn number 4. Harris on the inside. Ross is there, pushed by Barnett. Ross now losing ground. Here comes Harris. Pushed by Suss. Middle lane. There's contact. Joey Stires up and over, and he's up and over. Peyton Johnson. He hooked onto the back of the tailgate of Johnson's truck, and Johnson was throwing him like a tow truck into the corner, and more trucks are crashing in 1 and 2. Joey Stires, once and a half on his roof, landed on the back of the tailgate of the 15 of Peyton Johnson. And Jacob Reeves, we got to paint a picture for our audience in radio. He literally pushed Joey Stires like a tow truck going into turn number 1. Junk in his trunk indeed for Peyton Johnson in 15. Watch this.
Oh, my goodness. There you see it right there, the bad bump right here. He's lined right up with Chad Ross. Here's Johnson right here on the outside. I mean, there you see it. He's up a little bit to the higher for the radio listeners out there. He's a little bit too high. He's thinking about getting the third lane going. Gets a little bit crazy. Now Stires comes up. Stires comes up and hooks himself with Johnson up there on the outside. Holiday goes low, and then after that, damn, he literally just flipped, literally barrel rolled on the hood of him and sat on top of him. Goodness, sat on top of him.
You see my analogy of talking about carrying him like a tow truck into turn number 1, as you see Shane Scott spinning on the bottom of the apron. So is Brian Chew. Here's another look at it again in real time. Take a listen. The 15 and the 23. Once and a half on top of Johnson's truck. Hey, Jacob, I've announced a lot of iRacing in my days. I don't think I've ever seen a crash happen where a vehicle flips upside down, ends up on the back end of somebody's tailgate or bumper, and carries them into the corner like we just saw Peyton Johnson do to Joey Stires. Watch this again in real time.
Wow. I mean, Wesley, I agree with you 100%. I don't think I've ever seen anything, like that. And I haven't called as many iRacing broadcasts as you have, but I've certainly got a number on me for calling races. And the only thing I can really say about that is, holy, wow, what a move right there.
On board now with Joey Stires. This should be interesting.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your ex-wife. If you're going to just sit right beside them watching this is going to be good.
Let's not slow motion. Keep it in real time. Wow. I mean, hey, thanks for the assist. It's like, hey, look, it's like hockey, right? I mean, Joey Stires gets the goal. Peyton Johnson gets the assist. That's exactly what just happened. We love racing. We love hockey. Another angle. Look at that. Wow.
Oh, Shane.
Oh. Van Rattle nowhere to go. Let's go on board with Aaron Van Rattle. That'll be an interesting angle for what happened to him. All right. On board with Aaron Van Rattle. Let's put that music. Oh, goodness. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I got this. Oh, shit. I'm in it.
He's primed up, sending it in there. He's priming it up before he got there.
I forgot to hit the censor button. My apologies. Oh, it's my Ron Burgundy moment. Drivers are pitting. We're pitting too. By the way, we're in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. We'll step away and talk to Joshua Suss, the Stage 1 winner, when we come back from Daytona. Oh, it has been a while so far at the virtual World Center of Racing, and we're just getting started. Rocking and rolling here at the Virtual World Center of Racing here in Daytona. There's the thoughts of Joey Stires after the look on his face after the accident. And there's Joshua Suss. Joshua's rocking it, man. What is that? Football helmets behind you?
Yeah, I started a new collection.
I got you. Wow. Have you got a Steelers helmet yet?
Yeah, right next to the, yeah.
Can't see.
You can show it to us. Go ahead.
That's right.
Joshua,
there.
Joshua, you win a stage, man. Oh, I do see it now. There you go. Why the hell is it white? It's supposed to be
an
black.
alternate helmet.
I don't like it. Joshua. I'm messing with you, Joshua. Hey, Joshua, you win a stage, man. What's your take of the winning the stage and the chaos that's been going on here in Daytona so far?
Everything's either been right in front of me or right behind me, so
Yeah,
I got lucky
yeah.
with that big one, and then that first one was right in front of me. It gave me a 4X when I didn't do anything, so I don't know about that. But yeah, we're just here, and I need gas.
Jacob, real quickly, got anything for Joshua before we get ready for a restart?
Yeah. Where's your Falcons helmet at? If you got all them other damn helmets, where's your Falcons helmet at?
I don't have a Falcons one yet. I'm working on that.
Yeah.
All right. Seahawks, Patriots Super Bowl. Who you got, Josh?
I'm going to say Seahawks.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
That's Joshua Suss. And remember, he's the man behind the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. Where are we going to be next week, Jacob?
Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's close. You're good. Good job. Yes.
Hell, I forgot. I'll be honest with you.
Sí, por favor. Mucho, muy bien, señor. All right, here we go. Suss says he needs fuel. He's got Blanchard behind him. He's a recent mover to the Lobster State up in New Hampshire, originally from Maine. That towing company now on the truck of the Silver Nine. As, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Glass Mechanics Stage number 2. Break some glass. Yes, sir. I just love hearing the sound of the glass break. Suss in turn number 1 leading there, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously Wesley Outland's got his inner stone cold going on. Joshua Suss, remember, talked about he needs gas. Him and Chad Ross, neither one of them have made a pit stop throughout this race. Everybody else is either went in on 16, 17, or 25. That's where everybody is at this point right now. Suss on the bottom. Wait, see if he goes in. There is Ross right there. When will Ross go in as well? For the moment, they're keeping it on the racetrack.
Back across the stripe. Working now lap number 30, 70 laps to go. By the way, we're in lap number 5 of 25 for stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. This will take us to the halfway mark of the race, and there will be a caution displayed on lap number 50. Right now, Suss leads him on the back straightaway. He's on the inside, but here comes Blanchard up top.
And a great name right there for that one right there. We've been trying to figure out, if that was going to be the junkyard list or whatever, but the Wrench Wranglers, and leading that cavalry of all those drivers is Chris Blanchard, and he's going to try to lead the cavalry coming off of turn 4.
The Wrench Wranglers, that the time that it takes to get their vehicles fixed, damage vehicle policy, NASCAR calls it, across the stripe. Blanchard now leading, he's up top. Down below, Blanchard on the inside. Suss will follow. Joshua Suss, Jacob, stage 1 winner, said he needs to get fuel. He's not showing any signs of pitting yet. There's no idea of knowing.
Yeah, but eventually he's going to have to make that pit stop sitting on 31. He can go probably about another 5 laps, if that. And then eventually he's going to have to go down pit road. Remember, 100% fuel capacity for these trucks. They can go about 35, 37 laps, and that's what he's talking about. He doesn't have to go right at this moment, but he will within the next 5 laps. Or caution, you're right.
I mean, I've seen it before, but I've never. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. Streakers in motorsports would be like the guy at Talladega in the '80s that stole the pace car. True story. Yeah, man. True story. The guy stole the damn pace car at Talladega Super Speedway. Talladega, NASCAR, the Highway Patrol, they had to set up a barricade to stop him. He gets in the Pontiac pace car, just has a little joyride going down the racetrack.
I am very shocked about that Dean has no idea what the hell we're talking about on that one right there. I'm going to have to send him a link to that. And folks, if you haven't, folks, if you don't know about that, go look it up after the race, obviously. And it is not AI slop. I guarantee you that. It is a real thing. It really happened.
It's real. It happened like literally 10 minutes before the start of the race at Talladega. Yeah, it happened. It was live. It was live on ESPN. Bob Jenkins, the late Bob Jenkins, was given the play-by-play of it. Yeah. And then for me, the one that I'll never forget when I was announcing NASCAR at Richmond, and some dumbass climbs the catch fence and sits on the top of the catch fence with the cars rumbling by. And we're like telling him, please get down, please. Sir, you're inebriated, you're going to fall. Please come down. And the officers, Richmond County's finest, had to climb the damn catch fence. NASCAR had to throw a caution, Jacob and Dean. NASCAR had to throw a caution to get the police, the sheriff's department, to climb the catch fence and get the drunk guy off the... Yeah. All right, Copper, get him. But yeah, that's some crazy stories.
I ain't had enough beer to climb it. And I guarantee you that old boy that climbed the catch fence, and probably the one that stole that pace car, I bet you they was not drinking beer. They was drinking some of Grandpappy's moonshine that he tries to keep away from Granny. I think that's exactly what they was hitting. They was hitting some of that damn cough syrup. I guarantee you that.
Popping them some of that cough syrup, boy. Good to have when you're sick. When you're good, it makes you feel really, really good.
Oh, really good.
Oh, back to the action. Now the
Look who's up at the front, though. Chris Blanchard. Remember, Blanchard being on the
his truck.
Wrench Wranglers. Yeah, he was up at the top of the Wrench Wranglers list. And Blanchard now leads with Peacock. And how about Triple J, Jeffrey Johnson, Junior Talladega winner up here in this mix as well.
Boy, look at Peacock giving a shove to Blanchard. And while that goes on, Lions are right there in tow, down to the inside. Keep an eye on Jeffrey Johnson, teammate to Lions and Cofield. And Jeffrey Johnson won his first ever race for NASRA a couple of weeks ago, Jacob. And right now, he's on the inside trying to battle with Blanchard and Peacock for the lead on the backstretch with 15 to go in stage 2.
And, Wesley, I've talked about this time and time again. Momentum is a damn cool thing. It really is. Even in sim racing. I know in sports, in real sports it is there, but in sim racing it can happen. And Triple J getting that win at Talladega and coming back to a super speedway where he's comfortable at. Watch out for this 33 here tonight.
Johnson inside. Here he comes. Columbus, Indiana, proud, representing those Hoosiers on the outside lane. And now Peacock from Indiana. He's from Fowler, Indiana, battling the New Hampshire driver, originally from Maine, of Chris Blanchard. And Jacob, here's the deal. Blanchard knows how to get it done. He doesn't race full time, but when he does, he's competitive and does really good on the super speedway level. He's leading the 9.
Chris Blanchard, very, very good on these super speedways. We've seen him time and time again really showcase his talent here at these big super speedways in the draft. He's showing it here tonight. 13 to go here in stage 2. Remember, caution comes out at the end of stage 2, not like it did in stage number 1. Blanchard leads with Peacock behind him, Harris there as well, and they're double file behind them.
Back straight away. Field rumbles now, trying to go back up to the outside lane in 3 wide. Maybe lap traffic up ahead. That's Brian Chu as the leader is Blanchard running him down in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Blanchard trying to reel him in any way, shape, fashion, or form, and starting to reel in Brian Chu, who was going to be one of the big dogs. Remember, was not here last week. Watched his Miami Hurricanes get the tails whooped by Indiana. But now he is in a bad spot of not racing last week and needing some points this week, needing a good finish. Certainly not going to happen if he keeps running right where he's at.
Down to the inside, Brian Chu on the bottom. Dun, 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 dun. And Blanchard kept getting around Brian Chu. Brian Chu is back in the 51. Oh boy, let's see how far back he is, because at one time he had a shot to be in it to win it, and he still might. Brian Chu, first truck, on a lap down. At the line, it'll be official. Caution came out, he'll get his lap back. This might be the smart thing to do right now, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the smart thing to do, but the problem is that the pack is catching another lap truck. You see him right there working as well for turn 2. That is Joshua Suss in the 80. Joshua Suss, your stage 1 winner. Now, obviously, he was one of those drivers. He had to make a pit stop. He was in a bad spot as well. Chad Ross had to make that pit stop as well. He pitted as well. So if Chu wants to get back on the lead lap, he is going to have to hustle his ass up here to get a hold of this 80 and get around him. If he doesn't, no matter. Caution is out. Big one back here in 3 and 4.
Diebold, Johnson, Kaufman, Larson, Lyons. I think Smith involved again. Kermit the Frog, Zach Smith. There's Jaws, Diebold. And oh my goodness, another crash coming out of the fourth turn off that 31 degrees of banking. And Jacob, you've kind of hit on it before. Don't crash exiting the corner.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you
they
see
did it
him right
again.
there. Oh, Morales, once again, coming up and getting a little left rear door bang.
Wow.
Oh, Lyons getting hooked from, obviously, Diebold right there, but Morales comes up. Damn, man. Woo! Morales, hard impact. That's going to be basically a meatball flag, if you will. Triple J right there getting involved in it as well. And check out Brian Chu way up there on the top side, locking it down, trying not to hit nothing, trying to make sure he doesn't get any incident points. That way he can get his lap back.
And by that time, everybody drops down to the inside of the apron. They're like, I do not want to be caught up in this trouble. Here we go again in real time. You're looking at Kerry Tribune get passed by the 10 and the 14, the silver trucks. Morales, contact left rear, just what he did earlier. Morales did again to Diebold. And then Lyons in the fence. Look at this impact. We're going to go on board with Morales. This is going to hurt.
That would be one of those instances. I know I said earlier when tires flipped, but this is really when you want to hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your ex-wives right here. This is some violent this is a violent collision.
Yeah, take a look. Diebold not backing down. That, you know what that reminded me of, Jacob? And I don't want to bring up memories, but that reminded me of the way Earnhardt got killed February 18th, 2001 at Daytona. Same way, fishtailed, got hit, lost it, turned into the wall. And, you know, he might not have been going that fast as what they think, but look at the impact, and there's that impact as well. And, boy, tonight is the night of first. I think it's the first time I've ever seen a hard impact here in Daytona that looks like an Earnhardt-like hit with, of course, Morales. And then we saw the incident where Brian Chu goes up and over and gets towed by Peyton Johnson. Peyton Johnson caught up in this one as well. Shane Scott, Kaufman, Hogan. How about the green number 5, Colton Hogan? This guy's like not like a cat. In green, he's got 9 lives, and he's still in the race again, Jacob. Look at it. Look at this. And I think Brian Chu got back on the lead lap again also.
Yes, sir, he absolutely did. And one thing I do want to mention to everybody out there watching, and even with listening, with some of these hard impacts that you're hearing and that you're seeing, just remember that it is possible with some of the, how everybody's got the wheel configurations, the force feedback on these wheels. The hard impacts in these things can really jerk these wheels, but because you feel it like it's a real thing. It can jerk the wheel out of your hands. You can get your pinky caught in it or a finger caught in it. You could, honestly, sprain a finger, break a finger. You can even sprain your wrist or possibly break your wrist. Just how fast these wheels and all the technology and everything with these wheels moving and with the impact that these drivers are feeling.
Our trucks on the pit lane with service. There's a recap so far as we're closing in on the end of Class Mechanic stage number 2 here in Daytona. Chris Blanchard is now the leader. Joshua Suss, stage 1 winner. He's now a lap down or more. So many good trucks involved in accidents here, and somehow they continue to press on. Jacob Reeves, Wesley Outland, Finkelstein Hopton is with you as well. You wonder why we're the best, what Dustin Gordon said, thinks that we're the best broadcasting crew on iRacing. Well, if you think that, thank you. Thanks to our awesome audience, young and old, boys and girls, children of all ages. But I will tell you this, as we look at the wrench wranglers taking time again to get their vehicles fixed. But Jacob, like what Dustin Gordon said, but the reason why is because what Jacob Reeves, what Dean Hopton does with the production, with the cameras, with the angles, with the replays, with the graphics. That's what makes us look like we're really good at what we do. playoff bracket. There it is. Remember, there's 4 rounds in each round, and one driver, Luke Smith, Jacob Reeves, already in to the round of Sweet 16 or the Fast 16 semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, remember Luke Smith, he got kind of caught up in a couple of accidents earlier on here this evening. So obviously him getting that win has really took a weight off of his shoulders. And remember, Wesley, it's not 3-3-1. No, it ain't 3-3-1 anymore. Now it's 4-4-1 on how it is. So he has not only got 2 weeks to breathe, but now he's got an extra week to breathe as well before they get into the Fast 16.
Ready for the field to come back to the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag back out. Look inside at Blanchard. Back underway with 7 laps to go here in stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. Blanchard bringing him up the outside lane on the restart. But here comes those trucks behind him. They're going to swallow him up as he works down into turn number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Blanchard really actually towing a good number of trucks up here on the top side with Andrew Harris, Taylor Peacock, Matt Cherry, Justin Lumpkin, Steve Barnett, the Hillbilly, up here in this mix with the Bulldog, Adam Newton, Spiceman, J.D. Larson, and Kerry Tribune being the top 10. Top 10 single file or double file right behind them, as well as Blanchard leads. Now here comes the Bulldog down to the inside.
Newton, bottom of the racetrack on the inside. Got a couple of trucks off the pace in trouble. And trucks are pitting as well with Johnson, Kaufman. As we still stay green, there's the leaders now working off of turn number 2.
And Wesley, I'm not surprised to see, Blanchard and Harris and Peacock, all of them running up on the top side. An experience that I've had in these super speedway races, in these trucks, and even in the cars, the Xfinity or whatever the hell it is now, and the Cup Series. The outside lane is where you want to be. That's where you can get the runs. The outside lane's always been the one that you can get the runs. The inside lane seems like for some reason it always stalls out. So Blanchard leading the right lane right here with 5 to go.
Is the NASCAR O'Reilly Series.
O'Reilly.
It's still Busch Series.
All right, here comes Peacock on the outside with Cherry behind him. Lumpkin, there's the 18. That's that blue and yellow, and look at the beautiful 18 from Toledo, Tupelo, Mississippi. Right there behind Cherry. Remember, Cherry got hit. He's raced his way back into the top 5 here. With 5, make it 4 to go here in stage number 2. This time by at the line.
Yeah, Matt Cherry tried to get something going up here. There's the Bulldog, Adam Newton. Remember, Cherry and Newton, they was the ones that had that little bit of contact that ended up sending Newton down to the inside, got a little contact in the inside retaining wall, and then Cherry got hooked and caused the big one coming into the tri-oval. Now Newton going to get right back up to the door of the 45 of Matt Cherry. Newton trying to get this inside lane rolling for whatever he can, sitting in top 5 spot. Oh, baby, they almost door banged right there between Newton and Cherry. May end up getting beef. Oh, yeah. Dean, you want some beef? I got a beef for you. We'll talk about it after the end of the stage 2. I've got a beef for you that'll love it. The fans will. But here we go with Blanchard, Harris, Peacock, and Newton, and Cherry, the top 5.
A push, a bump down to the inside. And look at now, Peacock powered by the 19 of Adam Newton, the regular season points champion. To the strike, 3 left to go now. And right now, it is Blanchard up top with help from Harris, Peacock, Cherry. Now to the bottom, Newton and Lumpkin battle for the top 5 as we're a couple of laps left here in stage number 2. Down the back straightaway, presented by Glass Mechanic.
Oh, baby, and Peacock almost ended up losing it from what it looked like. He slid up a little bit, almost got tagged by Cherry. He's got, obviously, Kaufman, I believe that is. Nice Lumpkin right there behind them as well. That inside lane, damn it, they're trying. They're doing all they can. They just don't have a whole lot of help down there outside lanes where you want to be.
All four coming to the line into the tri-oval. It is Blanchard. Blanchard's right there with the help of Barnes up top. Peacock will follow. Look at the inside lane. Keep an eye on the 19. Adam Newton is trying to hook up to the backside of the left rear of the 42 of Barnett Hillbilly. He's got him, and he's going to carry friends with him on the bottom. Larson, Ross, all this going on to the back straightaway.
Yeah, they just got to have some more help back there on the back end, down there on the bottom. They're not able to get up on the back door. Newton trying to side draft Cinnamon on that inside lane, try to get him in the left rear. Now Carriage Abuse is there. Spotsman Chris Cinnamon says the time is now. Let's see if I can get a little extra right here. Blanchard leading them off turn 4.
Inside, down to the bottom, and now look what happened to Chris Cinnamon. The Spice Man just got shoved out of line, the man out of Canada. And look at this. From the pit house to the outhouse. Literally the equivalent of bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're up, you're at the top spot, and then you fall to the back, and you got to get in line somewhere and take a point to go in stage 2 at Daytona.
And this is the view from Andrew Harris, right in behind Chris Blanchard. Blanchard leads it. There's Peacock. Cherry jumps down, finds a hole, jumps down. Lunkin doesn't go with him. Cherry trying to do it all by himself. Newton trying to close back up to him as Blanchard leads off forward.
Here they come. Blanchard up high with Harris and the help of Peacock. Down below, Matt Cherry. He can't get there. Inside, jumping out of the line is Ross. It will go Harris. Harris on the line. He can't catch him. It's going to be Chris Blanchard. Originally from Maine, now from New Hampshire. He will win that towing company number 9 Chevrolet in Glass Mechanic stage number 2 in Daytona. Caution is out. Pelham, New Hampshire's Chris Blanchard will win the stage. And let's be honest, Blanchard was up in the front within striking distance this entire second stage of the race, Jacob, here.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely right. I mean, up 10 spots from where he started. Remember, one of those, drivers that has been down pit road for quite some time trying to get a significant amount of damage done, leading the laps. I mean, Chad Ross sitting there with second with 12 laps, but Blanchard got 19. And there you see Blanchard right there with 3.5 or right at 4 minutes of wrench Wranglers repairs. And certainly got himself up there, as well as Matt Cherry right there. You saw him sitting where he sits after the end of stage number 2. But got to give some love to Chris Blanchard coming out of this right here with stage 2 with everything he's fought or tried to fight off here this evening.
The Pelham, New Hampshire driver, Chris Blanchard, by the way, in his 206th career start with NASRA. He's not a full-time guy. He runs when he can. He does got victories, though. 12 wins, 26 top 5, 72 top 10s. And right now, his first stage of the playoffs in the Truck Series in Daytona. Drivers are pitting. We're pitting too. The finish is next. And we will take a break. When we come back, we will chat with Blanchard. Stage number 2 here in Daytona is presented by the Glass Mechanic. We are back to chat with the 9 next. Back here at the World Center of Racing at Daytona. And Pelham, New Hampshire resident, now originally from Maine, it is Chris Blanchard, your Glass Mechanic, stage number 2 winner in that towing company number 9 Chevrolet. Chris, I said it before the break, man. You don't get to run with us full time when you can because of your job, right? But when you do, you definitely try to make some noise and make your presence be felt, especially on the super speedways. What do you love about the super speedways so much?
It's a team effort. Like I had Andrew Harris, my teammate, and Peacock behind him. I wouldn't have got this win without him. It takes more than just one person to be able to be competitive on a super speedway like this. And it changes all the time. Like tonight we're running the high line because that's the quickest way around, and the bottom line can't do anything. And last year you run the bottom and the top couldn't do anything. So it's a changing evolution every race that you come into, and it's kind of challenging.
Well, Chris, I'll ask you this. I mean, we looked a while ago on the Wranglers. I still call it the junkyard list, but anyway, that's beside the point. 3, almost 4 minutes of repairs that you've had to make here this evening. Did we get all the repairs fixed? And if so, what's it going to take to be able to get up here and get the win here at Daytona?
I haven't had any damage. I don't have any damage.
Fake news. Hashtag fake news.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wes. Go ahead.
I thought I did when Morales run into the back of me, and I was getting a little heated, and then I realized it was him, and I was like, I can't be mad at him. So, and then no damage. So I'm good to go.
Final question, Chris. Are you enjoying the New Hampshire life? And have you got some of that Loudon lobster yet?
I haven't got any Loudon lobster yet, but I am enjoying the new atmosphere. The people down here are phenomenal. I mean, they're just as nice as pie. And I actually drove by Loudon a couple times last week. So.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Get ready for fun times. Thanks, man, for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
There you go. Career start 2:06 tonight for Chris Blanchard. And again, change that information. No longer from Clinton, Maine. Now from Pelham, New Hampshire. All right, here we go. Joshua Suss won stage number 1. It was Chris Blanchard, winner of stage number 2. We're pausing for a quick moment on the radio, and the green flag, stage 3 is next.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Connor, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Did that not work out perfectly? Pace truck is onto the pit lane. Here comes the virtual Thundering Herd, led this time by Johnson. Harris, green flag back in the air. It's go time in round of 24, round 2 here in Daytona. You want to win, get a lock like Luke Smith did to advance to the semifinal. Sweet 16 or the Fast 16. Right now, Johnson leads them in turn number 1.
Yeah, Johnson, a huge lead right here, going to 1 and 2. Not anymore. Harris, good God almighty, shot up to his door. But now you got the likes of Taylor Peacock trying to get on the back door. Johnson trying to give him the shove as well. Harris on the inside. He's got nothing there. Blanchard with Cherry. There is Newton. All of them. Chad Ross trying to get up back here in the mix as well. Inside lane's looking pretty good. Here comes Andrew Harris.
Working now off of turn number 4. Ross now sticks his nose back up on the back of the tailgate of the Machina Harris. Harris strips up top. He'll throw the block on the 15 of Johnson. Johnson nowhere to go. Peacock right behind him, and we're stride for second with Harris leading up the bank into 1.
Yeah, but don't count out Chad Ross down there on the inside lane. Peacock trying to keep it straight right in behind the 15 of Peyton Johnson. Adam Newton right there on the inside, just shoving the 38 of Chad Ross. And look who has joined the party. Holla Daddy Brian Chew. God almighty, where did he come from? Went a lap down. Caution come out. Got the lucky dog. Got back into the mix. And holla Daddy Brian Chew, he is not out of this sucker, not by a long shot.
One wrong slip and we could possibly have trouble. Somehow they hold it together. Ross to the inside of the GM Goodwrench colors. Up on the outside lane, the regular season points champion of Adam Newton. Brian Chew back in the game. The Holla Daddy up on the top shelf is still Newton leading them into 1 again with Harris and Peacock to follow.
Yeah, Bulldog Adam Newton still leads with Harris. There's Peacock, Ross, down Blanchard. There's Cherry. All of your big heavy hitters up here at the front. One driver that we haven't really talked about throughout this race, we haven't said a word about him. And yeah, any of you think I'm kissing ass, I'm not. Brady LaBeouf, the boss man, up here in this mix inside the top 10. Haven't talked about him all race long in the 24. Brady LaBeouf up here inside the top 10 here at the start of stage number 3.
Unbelievable. And look at now the boss man, Brady LaBeouf, the Brickyard entry, season 2 champion for the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. He's now into the top 10. This is the stretch of the race where we shoot out the longest stage of the race as well. Closing in on over 100 miles remaining. 40 laps is 100 miles here in Daytona. And right now, Newton leads them on the back straightaway.
Yeah, Newton's still leading in this outside lane with a whole lot of help from Andrew Harris. Harris just has not lifted off of his tailgate. Ross down on the inside. He's got the Holiday lined up on his tailgate. Really dancing. These old boys dancing all over the place. Track temperature and the air temp's fine. Damn, Ross, good God almighty. Whoa, the way to the top side and puts the block on him.
A jiggle, a bubble, a save, and they keep it in motion. Straight line, back up 31 degrees of banking to turn 1. Ross now to the bottom of the outside lane. Here comes Brian Chew. This guy was a lap down, fighting to stay on the lead lap about 10 laps ago, Jacob. He's now right in the dance to win this thing. The man from Fort Myers, Florida, a man that knows how to win in super speedway racing in NASRA in the 51 as they go to 3.
Hell, add the compa to that one. Joshua Suss, he was about to go a lap down and end up screwing Brian Chew from getting a lucky dog. He got lucky when that caution come out, helped himself as well. Now here he is diving down to the inside. He's trying to go for the lead. And Paul Chad, damn, we got hooked. Newton gets hooked up into the outside wall. Brady LaBeouf is involved. Caution is out once again.
The most T-boning Newton is Brady LaBeouf. He has to lock up the binders on that Chevrolet number 24 to try all he can to avoid damage. Some trucks driving into the Daytona turf in the infield, like Kaufman, like others. It was bound to happen. Trouble out of turn 4. The trucks get together. Adam Newton nowhere to go for the regular season points champion. Here's a Pulse Popper instant replay of what happened here in Daytona.
Yeah, watch what happens right here. Holiday jumps up. There you see Adam Newton kind of gets shoved right there in the middle lane. Ross is going to end up going backwards right here.
And door slammed him.
Banging. Yep, door banging, and then bam, it's a double whammy right there for Newton. Kaufman ends up going around. Cherry once again getting into the back end of Newton as well. And there's Brady LaBeouf.
Look at Brady LaBeouf, baby. Look at Brady LaBeouf trying every damn thing he can to lock up that 24 Chevrolet to not hit the Toyota, the 19 of Newton. And I think he did a pretty good job. I think it's going to be okay, Jacob.
Yeah, honestly, I think LaBeouf's going to be in perfect spot out of this. Is riding on board with Adam Newton. You see what happens. I mean, Ross just kept he jumps up to the top. He thought Newton may go with him, but didn't. Stuck with Brian Chew. Ends up kicking Ross up to the top side and ends up screwing himself as well. Double squeeze. You got Newton right there, door banging with Cinnamon. Then he gets right rear hook, gets set up into Ross, and then there, everybody diving down to the inside. And LaBeouf, like you said, I mean, just locking it down, drifting, albeit trying to do everything he can not to hit that 19.
Here's another look at it again. Take a look at this in real time. You're watching Kaufman. He got collected. He got bicycled up in the air a moment ago. Take a look.
Well, it was just Harris just trying to come down, trying to miss Newton. Ends up tagging him in the right rear, sends him around as well. And Wesley, that's one of those things, that I've talked about numerous times when we go to these super speedways. When you see a crash, you're not worried about who's on your inside, your outside, who the hell's in front of you. You don't care. Your first reaction is gas up and get out of there. This is what I wanted to see. Did LaBeouf ended up getting in somebody? Yeah, he got Cherry, but he didn't hit Newton.
I think he might have made a little contact with the front nose of the 19 when he was trying to lock up the 24. But I don't think it's badly damaged. I really don't. This is on board with J.D. Larson of the 98 Black and Gold truck. That's the smartest damn thing he done all night. That's the smartest thing he's done all night. Look at that. He's got craziness in front of him, chaos behind him. Kaufman's coming down the hill, and he scatters on by. Oh, my goodness. Gotta love it.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
That? Who said that? Who said that was the smartest thing he's done all night? Who said that?
I did. I did.
Oh.
I did.
Oh, hell, I thought somebody in the live chat said that.
No, I said it. I said it. No, I don't have a beef with him. I don't got a beef with him. I'm just saying that was the smartest move of anybody all night to avoid an accident. Try to get me in damn trouble with this guy. How dare you, Jacob?
Okay. Hey, you know what? Hold up. While we got a minute, while we're under caution, I said that I was going to do this at the end of stage number 2. We didn't get a chance to do it.
We got beef.
I do have beef. You have beef
with me?
If you are no, not you. But I will say this right here: if you are a meteorologist, if you know a lot about the weather.
Yeah, you got to go to school to become a meteorologist. Remember, you got to.
Yeah, if you're a meteorologist, shut the hell up. I mean, y'all build up stuff so bad, it's unbelievable. If there is any meteorologists out there in the live chat, you suck. I'm going to tell you, y'all build so much stuff up with people. Oh God, we got to get people to go get bread and go get this and get that. Just shut up. Damn. I mean, this. I spoke in peace. Go ahead. Wesley, I think you can agree with me.
Look, Friday afternoon, I tried to go to the store, right? I had my car there, and I went to the store, and I tried to go to Food Line, and I tried to go to some Mexican Hermanes Rodriguez Autodromo grocery store. I tried to go to a Dollar Tree. and I went to 3 stores. No bread, no milk. I had some milk, okay? I had about a half a gallon of milk left, so I had a strategy. I finished my milk today, right? Normally, it expires for the damn expiration date, runs out, normally. Well, I mean, normally I still have milk after the expiration date. Let me clarify. So, yeah, you can drink about a week later. Yeah, when it starts to curd. When it starts to curd. So if anybody don't know what buttermilk is sour milk. Yeah, it's the bottom line. Anyhow, I digress. So I tried to find bread, I tried to find milk, and Jacob, they didn't have any. So I just drove back home.
How bad did you get hit? How bad did you get hit?
I think we got about a half an inch of maybe snow, and the rest was all ice. Yeah.
Green.
Yeah. Backing away, green flag. 100 miles remaining here at Daytona, the DSR Electric 250. 150 miles down, 100 miles to go. No, I'm serious, Jacob. I would say probably about a half an inch, maybe 3/4 an inch of snow. It wasn't a lot. It was more ice than anything else, and then freezing rain, But they make all these people think it's the end of the world, man. The snowpocalypse, man. I mean,
well, that's the part that got me ill about the whole thing. Honestly, as Dean's talking about, he got an extreme heat wave out there in Australia. But that's one thing that I have learned, Wesley Outland. Weather people, meteorologists, they are the only person that can be right 10% of the time and still have a damn job. It blows my mind. I cannot figure that out. Check this out. Jonathan Cofield. Where the hell did he come from? 23 spots. Cofield trying to get up here and get in the mix.
You don't like these types of races, he'll tell you. And the man from Mumford, Alabama, War Eagle, the Auburn fan, down to the inside, has played possum all night, qualified in the back, started in the back, has hung in the back until now. Under 100 miles to go, Jacob. I think it's time to start getting your chess pieces and pawns in play for checkmate on the field. He's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to do right here once you get to that last 100-mile mark. Maybe wait till about 20 laps to go to the premier racing setups, 20 to go. that would be when I would start trying to make my move. But, with Jason Morales chiming in out there on live chat, they're so sensitive here tonight. And with that outside lane working the way that it is, maybe you want to try to start getting moving maybe just a little bit earlier than that 20 to go.
Blanchard had a little scare a moment ago, got really loose as they worked their way now back down the back straightaway. It is Suss. Look at Joshua Suss. Jacob, remember him? He was wrecked. He was a lap down. Him and Shear both. Back in the saddle again. Look at Larson. There's the guy that I said that had probably the smartest thing to do all night. And I did not mean it as an insult, J.D. Larson. I just meant the smartest thing he did to avoid the accident. Then the Larson Esports 98. Now, there's contact! Oh, Dustin Larson in the grass! And somehow he saved it, and up the middle, we got a rocket behind! Kerry Tribune spinning below the apron. Caution is out! 7th time for truck number 7. Wow.
I mean, able to save it too, Wesell, and not to hit the inside retaining wall. We're right on board right here. We're right on board with Kerry Tribune, but we'll be able to kind of see or here in a minute what the hell happened up at the front. This all checking up. Blanchard wasn't able to check up as hard, and he ends up tagging Kerry Tribune. And look at him just wheel this damn thing back to the right, spins it around sideways, trying to miss this inside retaining wall, and Parks just beat from that inside retaining wall. Very, very lucky for Kerry Tribune. But I want to go back to the front and what the hell happened up there at the front. We'll go to that here in a second. But check out Kerry Tribune right here. Just watch how fast the damn closing rate was, because he checked up, and obviously Blanchard didn't. Just nails him right square in the tailgate. But up at the front, Dean, it was J.D. Larson up here at the front, Joshua Suss. Watch what happens right here with the 98 and the 80. Serious door banging right here. Yeah, I mean, they both literally come together. I thought Chu might have got Suss, and Suss come down and doored the hell out of him. And then Larson coming up almost got right rear hooked by Cofield. You got to watch your outside and pay attention to your spotter at that particular point in time. But certainly that could have ended a hell of a lot worse than what it ended up being.
I want to send a big shout out to everybody that is a part of the PGR Esports family, the PGR 500, their version of the Great American Sim Race. Their preliminaries, I think, start tonight. I think, Jacob, am I right? Tomorrow? I know they're doing a whole week of things like what we did for the NASRA 500 King of Daytona, but I want to send a hello to them. Good luck to them. Hope they have a good show, PGR 500.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you when the hell it started, to be honest with you. This is the first time I've turned my computer on in like 5 days. So I couldn't tell you. I hadn't had time to look at my computer. I've been working 12, 13, 14 hours a day for the past 4 days, folks. I ain't had time to turn on this stuff and follow ride racing. I just hadn't had time.
And a big shout out to our buddy Brandon Broadfoot. Variety Pack Racing Series he has. And I want to remind everybody, they need to get signed up for their race. I think he's paying $700 to win for their Daytona event. And he asked me would I promote it for him. I told him that I would. And that'll be on I believe it's right now, Friday and Saturday, February the 20th and 21st. And it will be on DSR, the Digital Sim Racing Network. So, and I'll be on the play-by-play call for that race. As drivers are coming down pit road, having work, having service, some are exiting. What are we looking at? Dean, you killing me. What are you doing? Oh. I thought we had a Trevor Azeroff war wagon pit sign spotting again or something.
Easy now. Don't want to get yourself in no bad spot.
Getting rowdy. It's about those crickets and what they mean. Jacob, I just love Mother Nature. I just love Mother Nature.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of Mother Nature.
You're bad right now. No, it's not Mother Nature's fault. It's a damn meteorologist's fault, man. They
I know.
publicize it to make it worse than what it is. I told my friend Jackie, what did I tell you the other day, Dean? What I said, I said, eventually they're going to try to scare the hell out of everybody, make them think it's the snowpocalypse, snowmageddon, and it ain't going to do anything. Now, granted, listen, there's a lot more places that got hit worse than we did. I'll admit it, right? But, you know, yeah.
But they... Yeah, but they blow crap out of proportion, Dean. I mean,
somebody, when they said they were calling for damn 20 inches of snow around here, I was like, okay. You know what gets me? And I say this all the time, Jacob. It's the one that they don't brag about a lot is the one that you got to worry about, right? That's the one that really causes the damage. That's the one where, you know, okay, they don't really advertise it. That's the one where it really, you know, listen, just being honest, I mean, they're selling that money. They got to look. They got to sell bread and eggs and milk. Okay, it's a tough time in our country.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't watch the damn news anymore. I can't do it.
I don't watch the news. I can't stand
I don't either.
People cut on the news, and I just go like, "Oh, I could care less." Oh, yeah. I've been binge watching stuff, man. I've been, you know. Hey, can I mention somebody racing related though? Can I mention a TV show racing related? Everybody, if you're a fan of racing like I am, and Jacob, I know you are as well, I encourage everybody to support the Colleague Racing Dodge Ram Race for the Sea.
Yes.
All 15 of these drivers that are in this competition, except for maybe Tanner Reef, because I've never traveled that much to the West Coast that much. Before his time, did I go to the West Coast to Vegas and in California and whatnot. But with that being said, 14 of those 15 drivers, Jacob Reeves, I know very, very well. Kate Brown, the Kelly family, Cody and Casey Kelly from South Carolina, Carson Ferguson, Jonathan Cash, Minnie Tyrell, Landon Huffman, and I could name some more, Chase Burrow. The name goes on and on and on. These guys are fighting for a race ride in the Colleague Racing NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and it will be decided before the Friday night Daytona race. And I encourage you, check it out on YouTube, check it out on Fox. Ram Race for the Sea. It's like the Gong Show, Jacob, if you remember back in the early 90s. Or 2000s, I guess it was, the Gong Show that Jack Roush did.
Yeah, and remember who got a hold of that one? Who
discovered.
There you go.
That's how Greg Biffle got discovered, everybody. And speed to the Biff. You're exactly right. All right, we're back underway. 32 laps to go, closing in on 75 miles remaining when they come to the line. And it is now Brian Chu back out in front. Look at Adam Newton, Jacob. Dust yourself off and try it again. If at first you don't succeed. And Newton is right there with Suss and Mongold and Harris and Johnson on the inside.
Well, you know, Wesley, I mean, we could talk about the same thing about what's been going on with Adam Newton for probably about 3 or 4 other drivers up here inside the top 10. Brian Chu being one of them, Joshua Suss being one of them. How about Steve Barnett, one of them as well? Damn it all, Colton Hogan up here in this mix as well. I mean, a bunch of these drivers that we're seeing up here inside the top 10, we've seen them fall all the way down to 25th, 26th, and then bam, out of nowhere, they slide right back up to the front.
By the way, my apologies. I think I jumped a week ahead. February the 2nd through the 8th is when they run the PGR 500. And the race that Brandon Broadfoot's doing, the Great Sim Race of America, he's changed the wording. the Great Sim Race of America Daytona 500, presented by Marathon Movers, February the 20th and 21st on the Digital Sport Racing Network. PGR 500 Esports will cover their coverage, and down the back straightaway, Adam Newton is back up to the lead, leading the cavalry in turn number 1 with 75 miles remaining on a 4.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley, so far this race right here, all 71 laps of this, I can literally and honestly say this, I have no idea who the hell is going to win this race because, you know, we've called so many races together on these super speedways. You got an idea of who the fast ones is. You got an idea who the horses is, who's the ones that you got to watch out for. We've seen everybody out there tonight. You ain't got a damn clue, really. I mean, everybody is so equally matched. People's went from the back to the front, back to the back, back to the front. Everybody's been all over the place in 71 laps. I ain't got a clue how this is going to turn out.
Or Joey Stiers down on the inside. There he is. He's rocking Illinois colors. You know that, right? He lives in Indiana, but he's rocking Illinois colors. Look at Joey. Joey's like, that's right, Wesley. That's right, Wesley. You know what I'm saying, brother. Here they come out of 4. Back to the line. There's the pyramid. And look at this time it took for him to be on the damage clock. He's up to 8th. Brian Chu, 3 minutes on the clock. 2:48 actually. He's in 5th. Brian Chu, Diebold, Mongold up top. Here they come again out of 2, drinking for the lead, and Newton's in front.
Yeah, Newton still on the bottom side with obviously Joshua Suss. Harris now going to try to jump up, get right up in front of the Holodaddy. Brian Chu and try to advance this outside lane. Remember they were talking about it earlier with that outside lane being the faster line. So Harris jumped on the bottom, got the draft, jumps up, got Chu behind him with Dabo, with Mongold, with LeBoff back up into this mix as well. Harris going for the lead off turn 4 with Adam Newton.
Working now out of turn number 4, side by side at the stripe. Now the outside lane will push. It's Harris. He's got Chu with a punt to help, and Diebold to follow. Down below, here comes the machine of Harris. Now, under attack, Adam Newton with Suss on his back door. We're about to have 2 truck tandem racing now as they work down the super stretch out of 2.
Yeah, and Harris is going to be leading every damn one of them. Holodaddy, Brian Chu locked right onto the tailgate, literally locking bumpers. And Newton trying to get going. He's got Suss behind him, but they're not locking bumpers. Holodaddy is locked to the back door of old A.H. Andrew Harris, but Adam Newton, the Bulldog, showing that the inside lane still got a little fight in it.
Somebody let the dog off the chain. Give him a bone. He wants the lead. Closing in on 25 to go. And right now it is Newman. Look at Newton and Suss up top. Keep an eye on Harris. Somehow they hold it together. And now they protect the double yellow line inside lane out of 2.
Bulldog is literally chomping at the bit. The regular season champion here going at it here at Daytona. Joshua Suss trying to go for his very first win in NASRA as well, right behind him. And see Peyton Johnson. Remember, he started up on the front row at the start of this race. Suss from the bottom to the top. Had enough of riding in behind Adam Newton. Harris locked right on with Joshua Suss. Newton had to get out of the gas. So did Johnson. That's going to open the door for Joshua Suss up top.
Somehow they held it together again as they work now inside, coming now down to the corner, closing in on 50 miles remaining. 200 miles complete, 50 miles to go here at Daytona. Suss on the outside leads him as Newton's under attack. But Johnson and Hoffman into one corner. And look at Chu. Brian Chu jumped out of line. He left Harris and Suss hung out to dry. He's on the bottom, licking his chops, looking for the lead in 3.
Yeah, he's got his old swim buddy right there behind him. And Adam Newton, the Bulldog. Joey Stiers went all the way down there. Got to merge back up. Everybody able to give Joey Stiers a whole lot of room. But the Bulldog and the Holodaddy. Dollar up at the front. Holodaddy going for the lead on Joshua Suss.
In the words of Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pop, holla if you hear me. Here comes the Holodaddy. It's now Brian Chu. He powers along the Copper Suss. They're side by side. Florida, Kansas battling for the lead as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, obviously, holla if you hear me, and I'll say this. Adam Newton is his hookup, literally hooked onto the tailgate, shove it on the inside lane. If you love it, like, subscribe, ring the bell, keep up with everything going on with NASRA as Chew blocks that outside lane. Harris gets into Suss, almost knocks him sideways, still trying to knock him sideways, he's able to hold on to it. Damn it all! Now you got the Swim Boys battling for the lead. It's Newton and the Holidaddy, and the Bulldog goes back to the front.
Feels like since the last restart, the C4 is lit. The bomb's about to go off as the C4 now brings it through the start-finish line. That's that big virtual thundering herd as somehow imploding within. They keep it together. It's now Chew on the bottom with the lead over Suss in 1.
Yeah, and Wesley, we've talked about it time and time again when we go to these super speedways. Eventually, the pushes, they are going to get harder. They're going to get crazier. I mean, the give a dams is going to go out the door. The moves is going to be even crazier. If you feel like you can fit it in the hole, you're going to fit it in there because remember, you win and you lock yourself in to the fast 16 unless you're Luke Smith, and then you're just putting a damn stranglehold on the playoffs. Win it in, and that's what the Holidaddy's thinking.
You can, if you will, try to, eventually stay out of trouble like Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog, has done now. Oh, he's right now in 10th. He don't have nothing to lose, everything to gain. If he wins, he's won both races in the round of 24. Right now, off of turn number 2. Now, here's somebody that's got something to lose, Brian Chew. Why? He was at the college football playoff national championship in Miami with Indiana Miami last week. He missed the opening round. Jacob, he's got to win. He knows that. That's why he's up in front in 3rd and 4th as they come to the line with now 21 to go, this time by out of 4.
Yeah, and honestly, Wesley, I got it on high authority.
Look at the hole he's in.
Yeah, huge hole he's in. And Wesley, I got it on good high authority that I do believe next year when the college football playoff happens on Monday night, we will not race. I think I heard a rumor going on about that. We've still got a year to figure out if it's actually going to stick or not. But Brian Chew trying to basically hit a damn grand slam right here, being down as far as he is and coming out of it and getting a win, and he ain't got to worry about it. Wear it out, and Drew Harris jumps up to the top side. Newton can't get up there to help him. Suss is going to line up. He's going to shove him. Almost knocked him sideways as well. Wesley, these moves is going to get more and more crazy as we come to 20 as we come to 20 to go.
Remember, when we come to the line this time by, it'll be 25 miles remain, 20 to go. Premier Racing Setups, 20 to go as they'll go side by side. Thanks again, as always, to Premier Racing Setup. Mention 15% in your checkout order. It goes in your discount and another 15% back in the pocket of NASRA. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. It's a 4-5-horse race led by Chew. The cavalry behind them is full steam ahead. On the inside, Harris. Outside lane is Suss. Then it's Newton and Diebold right there as they go into turn 3.
Somebody's going to end up getting hooked. I got a bad feeling about this, Wesley Allen. We've already seen these shoves. Look at Diebold shoving into Suss. You see Harris getting into Brian Chew. Remember, be careful coming off the corner. Don't want to tag them the wrong way. It certainly looks like they got the right hookup right there with Harris and Holidaddy as Harris going to jump up to the top side.
What is the word that the Chinese say? Be well what you wish for. Right now, we're watching to see what goes on as now Harris goes from the inside to the outside. There's a bump. It's Suss. He's on the back door, the tailgate of the 87 of Harris. He is really loose, dirt trucking it now out of turn 2.
Able to hold on to it, though, that being Andrew Harris with Joshua Suss behind him. A lot of these drivers, Hillbilly, Steve Barnett sitting back there in the back, Kerry Chabot back there, Joey Stires. Some of these guys just laying back here, seeing all these moves pop off and seeing that maybe it's still a little bit too early to be this aggressive. A couple of heavy hitters laying back there waiting for something to happen.
Through the tri-oval, here they come. 18 laps to go. Harris now up in front. Your leader, Andrew Harris, in the number 87. Harris working back into corner number 1 and 2. As right now he leads the way in his 142nd career start for NASRA. He has 8 career wins, 49 top 5s, 80 top 10s. He's looking for a win here to go to the next round of the playoffs as they go to 3.
Yeah, but how bad does Brian Chew want to get the win here at Daytona? Home track for him, and he has won here at Daytona a couple of times in his NASRA career. So Brian Chew, how bad does he want to win? Remember, he wins, he locks himself in as well as they come to 17 laps to go, and they are catching a little bit of lap traffic right in front of them.
Down to the inside. Here comes now. Whoa, hold on. That's Lyons. Patrick Lyons, Lucas Lyons, way down to the inside. Clears to the bottom and lets them race on. It made everybody scatter for a moment, like Brian Chew, anxiously going from the bottom to the outside. Throws the block in the front bow of Newton's truck. And now it's going to be Harris leading him on the back straightaway to the inside. Beyond Gold, right behind him as they work the back straightaway.
And very good possibility with these swim teammates with Brian Chew and Adam Newton. Obviously, both of them got different agendas that they've got going on, but certainly I think that the conversation going on with the swim guys is get Brian Chew a win and help him into the round of 16. Adam Newton, pretty good spot as well, but certainly they got to be thinking about trying to help one another here.
Just like that, they somehow hold it together back into the corner, down into turn number 1 and 2 again. James Kaufman, the Mayhem Racing entry, the U.S. Army colors. Thanks to our men and women, retired, active in the military. Right now, down the back straightaway, Chew outside, Butch with Suss, 2-truck tandem. Here we go. Do-si-do out of turn 4. Harris pushes Newton to the front. Here comes Blanchard. He's got Peacock in the outside lane. Said slingshot engage.
Yeah, and that outside lane basically just died off right there. Suss had to get out of the gas, probably overheating the engine, overcooking the engine rather with Brian Chew. Now Chew's losing all his help. LaBeouf trying to get something going up there on that outside lane, maybe trying to get somebody to help him out. Actually, he's jumped down the bottom side. That's Chris Blanchard in the 9. And then you see Taylor Peacock and a whole list of others working their way riding on board with Kermit the Frog, Luke Smith off turn 2.
A 4-time winner, regular season points champion from Hillsborough, North Carolina. Adam Newton now to the front. There's the Texas winner last week. The wild card in all of this wild drama is Kermit the Frog, Lucas Smith. Because whatever happens, Rutgers or checkers, he's going to the semifinals. Right now, Johnson got a lock on Harris. 15 to go at the line.
And Peyton Johnson diving down to the inside. Do not forget about Peyton Johnson. Won at Talladega earlier this season. Johnson knows how to get her done here on these super speedways. Suss absolutely wearing out the 87 of Andrew Harris. Joshua Suss has really surprised a whole lot of people here this evening, driving like he's got a damn purpose. And by God, he is showing it here tonight. Doubled. Chew back there, back up into the mix as well. Harris still leads, but Joshua Suss is really showing that he has got a horse up under him.
Updrafting right there, 2-truck tandem. Harris and Suss are a lock. Here they come out of turn 4. It is 14, now make it 13 to go. Now Suss pulls out on his own, drives to the inside. Down below, the driver door, the 87. They're stride for the lead. Harris has got the push. He's got help with Diebold now, and here comes Johnson to help the 80 on the inside in 1.
Yeah, Harris still got a whole lot better help up on the top side with Diebold and Chew. Now, it's Suss down there on that inside lane trying to get some help with Johnson as well as Adam Newton. Suss down there trying to get it happening. Front 2, they're going to get clear. Will the front 3 get clear? Will Brian Chew get it? No, he will not. Suss going to fire back on the inside. Diebold can't get down. Here comes Suss back for second.
Here comes Blanchard as well, saying, peekaboo, I see you, Chew. Here he comes, working out of turn number 4. Looking inside, looking outside. Here he comes. Will he go to the middle? No, he will not. He'll stay up under the tailgate of the 51. Meanwhile, Harris leading, with the help by Diebold. Suss now with Johnson, Newton, Mongold down on the inside as it's getting to the end of this one here, closing in on 25 miles remaining in Daytona.
Yeah, Wesley, you know as well as I do, it is getting down to the nitty-gritty. And what will happen here tonight at Daytona? Will we have a first-time winner? Will we have somebody be able to lock themselves into the playoffs that has won before? Or could we see something that we probably have never seen? We've already seen a barrel roll from Joey Stires that we thought we'd never see. What else is in store with 11 laps to go coming this time by?
They come now with Blanchard's entry number 80. That's Joshua Suss, stage 1 winner. Look at the smile on Suss's face. He's poised, he's confident, he's focused, but he's got a smile on his face, I think, to try to, shake off the relaxed moments, if you will. He doesn't want to show fear. It's right now Suss with Johnson right there, Newton right there. On the bottom, here comes now outside lane. Watch the truck up top, Brady LaBeouf. He has no friends. He's hung out to dry like lyrics to the Tom Petty song Free Fallin'. He is up, now falling back as they come to 10 to go. This time by 25 miles to decided in Daytona out of 4.
Yeah, and honestly, with Brady LaBeouf dropping to the back like that right there, Wesley Outland, maybe that's by design. Just go ahead and slide back here. Something's going to end up popping off. Somebody may make a bad move. You want to get yourself in a good position to where you can maybe possibly miss the big one or miss a wreck any way, shape, fashion, or form. Maybe that's what LaBeouf was doing right there. Or maybe he just honestly just got kicked up to the outside and just straight up got kicked out of line, hung out to dry. Either way, LaBeouf up on the top side, waiting back there, waiting for something to happen. Front four, single file, pushing, shoving, trying to get away. Kaufman trying to rail in Mongold. He will get there, and Cofield latched right on there with him as well.
Jacob, here's something else I just thought about as well as they come storming that full song out of 4. Lap 66, 67. Last time a lot of these guys come down to the pit lane. Will they be able to go for the finish? That's the question. Something to consider between 30, 35 laps normally on a tank of fuel. Can they make it? Will we see this happen as a fuel mileage gamble? Meanwhile, Suss again leads them out of 2.
That is going to be one hell of a gamble out of that if they can make it happen. I mean, if you get a caution, obviously probably jumping on down. But, once you get to obviously 66 and then they get to 96, that's 30 laps. And they should be able to make it. They should be able to. But, hell, who knows at this point because, you never know. But if the way I look at it, 35 to 37 laps on a full tank, I think they'll be okay to make it. They just may pit if a caution comes out just in case of green-white checkers.
5 is Suss, Johnson, Newton, Mongold, and Hoffman. The finish is next.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. Like, follow, and share the Community Radio Network via social media. Facebook at CRN Community Radio Network. Also check us out on X, Instagram, and TikTok at CRN Sports. As always, remember to listen to the games live on your radio dial at 87.9 FM and anywhere worldwide, always at wearecrn.com. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network.
All right, gentlemen, in the words of the man in launch control, it's Bucker time, and we got trouble time. It's Harris bouncing off of Mongold, somehow spinning, getting collected as Chris Cinnamon, Season 4 champion. Caution out over the racetrack. This is what a lot of the field wanted, except for the leader, Suss. Yellow flag for the 8th time. 6 laps to go here in Daytona.
And, Wesley, I agree with what Dean just told us right here behind the mic. I just saw something coming. Something was going to happen. I mean, just the moves was getting crazy. People were making moves and all that good stuff. You see it right there. All the contact going on right there in front of him. Might have been Andrew Harris that might have got a piece of how all that started off. And then the Spice-Man, Chris Cinnamon, just an innocent bystander. We'll check it out maybe one more time, but I think it was Andrew Harris that really started all this. You see him right here in front of Cinnamon. Watch what happens. Shane Scott on the bottom. There's Holliday. There's Diebold. Cofield right there in front of him as well. Watch what happens. They're bouncing,
Shane Scott. Oh, boy, Shane Scott. Shane Scott. And look at Brian Chu. How badly damaged is the 51? Or Sires? Or Scott? Mongold, for that matter. How badly damaged, Jacob, are these trucks? And, yeah, I'd have to say the culprit's the 21, Shane Scott. Watch this again.
Yeah, just watch what happens right here. I mean, Harris is going to come around him right here as well. And, folks, obviously that was his real cam, but that's obviously not what you see right now synced up. But watch what happens.
Live. I mean, yeah.
Well, hang on a minute now. I mean, I don't think that was mainly Shane right there. I think that might have had a little bit to do with Harris. Harris damn near pinching him down on the double yellow line. Scott can't go anywhere else other than lift, but at this point, why would you lift? So I think Harris more or less just pinched him all the way down on the double yellow line.
Jacob, watch the outside lane, and if you watch the outside lane, not from this angle, you'll see the truck of Diebold right there. Okay, here it is. Watch this. I think Harris got pinched down, had nowhere to go because he thought Diebold and the truck in front of him were coming down and pinching him, and he had nowhere to go in the process, and that is why we saw this accident happen here. Do you pit? Survey says no. Some guys are.
Some of them that got caught up in
Jacob, I think if you're behind the top 10, you've got to come down to the pit lane. But my question is this. We've got, 4 laps to go. Can we get this race restarted on the regular scheduled distance? Okay, so they just took 5 remaining. They just took 5 to go. Remember that TJ Moore and NASRA Race Control can control how quickly we can be under a duration of caution. Something that iRacing, it used to make me so damn mad back in the early 2020 COVID era, because sometimes, Jacob, if you remember, caution come out. You can't, the pace car had its own mind of its own, and you couldn't control it. So you literally were under yellow for like 5 or 6 laps before they finally went back to green. One of the updates, I think, the last couple of years allows race control manually to cut the caution lights off and go back for a restart. And the question is, are we going to stay on the regular scheduled distance? Can we go back to green here? I'm thinking yes. Next time by, it'll be 4 to go. Lights will go off on the pace truck. I'm predicting we'll come back and take green. It'll be a 3-lap shootout.
Honestly, you are absolutely correct. I believe that is exactly what's fixing to happen. Pace lights is going to kick off right here. Once they get to the line, they'll double it up and get ready for a restart. They should be good to go on fuel. All these guys that decide to stay out right here, right there at that 30-lap mark, remember, they got about 5, 6 more laps that they can go, and that's basically what they're looking like. But here's the thing, Wesley Allen, under caution, clutching it, saving fuel, they can go a little bit longer. Now, if there's a caution right here on the next 3 laps, then you're going to probably see just about every damn one of them come down pit road, because I honestly, I don't see them being able to make it on fuel if it goes into overtime.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of the race on Friday night at Charlotte, we had a similar situation where literally the drivers were trying to save and cutting their fuel off and cutting back off and on, and it was Luke Smith, Texas winner last Monday night for the DSR trucks, and he ran out of fuel. He couldn't get refired. Well, guess what? The driver, Ryan Johnson, 3rd on the all-time win list, now tied with MDW Matthew David Wood with 42 career wins, went on to come back from being 8 seconds down, Jacob, on the interval to pass Luke Smith on the back straightaway on the white flag to win the race. And it came down to fuel.
Damn. Starts the same night. Honestly, it starts the same night to me when I'm not there on Friday nights. Y'all have some hellacious finishes. So, I mean, it works out pretty good for y'all, I guess, when I'm not there, I guess. I just, Wesley, that just goes to show you right there, and that just goes to show everybody out there watching 40 of you live here tonight. You don't know what's going to happen when you're on a NASRA broadcast. You don't know what's going to happen on the racetrack. You don't know what's going to happen in the broadcast booth. You have no idea once they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 live, you have no idea what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen here in just a moment as we're ready to come back for the final 7.5 miles to determine it here at the World Center of Racing. He's Jacob Reeves, the Red Deck announcer. I am Wesley Outland. Bigglestein Hopton is on production. TJ Moore, race directors. Of course, everybody behind NASRA with Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott. We hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you. And let's see what happens. Remember, overtime does hang in the balance. However, coming to the line, 3 laps to go. This is the original race distance. 3 to go. Suss in the gearbox. Newton right behind him. And look at also Johnson right there with Mongold and Cofield as they go into turn 1. Outside lane, we're single file. Nose to tail.
Yeah, man.
Well, not for long.
Oh, here we go. Here comes Johnson. Here comes Mongold. They're going to jump down to the inside. Suss going to come down, put the block on that. Cofield going to line up with Adam Newton, trying to make something happen. They're going to get tagged. They're going to spin. Newton, Cofield, Johnson. Half the field spinning middle way down the back. We're going to overtime.
Big trouble down the Daytona super stretch. A number of trucks involved, and it's still trucks involved. Jacob Reeves as it goes now to force overtime here in Daytona. You saw it on the back straightaway.
Yeah, I mean, really, all of it kicked off right there when Johnson and Mongold jumped down to the inside lane. They had a run. Then Suss comes down. He puts the block on him. Then the side draft and the door banging, all that comes into play. You see Mongold. I think Mongold might have got the left rear of Harris. Yeah, he did. He come up. He door banged with Cofield and also got the left rear of Adam Newton. Maybe a little net code. No, Cofield comes down, gets into Mongold. Basically, it's a damn domino effect, Wesley Allen. But Cofield comes down, gets Mongold. Mongold comes up, gets Newton. Then Newton goes down, gets Johnson. You can't make that up. It's literally a domino effect, back and forth, and eventually it ends up in a pile up middle way down the Daytona super stretch.
Do you think Kermit Luke Smith like the parting of the Red Seas out of the Bible to make the Pharisees and the Philistines blush? Smith went right up the middle. Here's a look at the replay one more time. We will be in overtime. Watch this again. Keep an eye on the STP 27. It's like everything just split wide open for him. There he goes. Look at this clear path. Cars, trucks crashing, wrecking behind him. Brian Chew on the binders. And there's Adam Newton. Adam Newton involved in the accident. By the way, drivers involved in this one include Adam Newton, Shane Scott, Kerry Tribune, J.D. Larson, Taylor Peacock, Brady LaBeouf, Colton Hogan. Watch this again. Jacob, that's Colton Hogan down in the bottom right there, the green number 5, the green and yellow 5. I think he's okay. Oh, you see what I'm telling you? Peyton Johnson about turned into Smith and he saved it.
Damn, goodness.
Keep an eye on the 5.
Wow.
Colton Hogan, winner in Daytona here, back at the beginning of the season. Look at this guy. He's airborne. Shane Scott bicycles the front of the driver's side in the air. And look at Hogan. Jacob, I think he might be okay.
I think he might be all right, too. I mean, as hard as he got hit, went up the racetrack, or at least went up in the air, maybe he's got a little bit of front end damage. We'll watch it again, riding on board John Deere Green with Colton Hogan. Watch all of it unfold right here in front of him.
Not able to pick
up him fast enough, and Wham!
Wow.
Cofield just nails him in the right front. He may have wheel damage as hard as that impact was.
Well, he ain't crab walking. He ain't cattywampus. That's a nice game to get in Scrabble and win a bunch of points. Let's on board with JD Larson. Look at this. The scatter. Oh, nowhere to go. Oh, the Bella Rio entry spinning. Bella Rio. Look, watch this again. Jacob, speaking of Bella Rio, where will the Prosper Engineering Endurance Series be next Tuesday night? Where will we be next Tuesday? Bella Rio.
Autodroma, Hinsenberg, Rodriguez. I don't know what the Heisenberg. There you go. I don't know what the middle one was. I can't remember. I did good with
Autodromo Hermanez Rodriguez.
Hermanez. There you go.
Yes, Autodromo Hermanez Rodriguez. Man, Peacock just cannot get a break. You guys know that. Like a couple of years ago, regular season points champion, and then it all just went downhill for him. Oh. Looking at stats. The leader again, Joshua Suss from Kansas. The Kappa looking for his first career win. If he does it, Joshua Suss right now in his 190th career start. Tonight is career start 190 for Joshua Suss, the man for Blue Line Racing out of Kansas. If he wins the race, look out, Toto. It will be his first career win. Right now, he's got 10 top fives, 32 top tens. Joshua Suss, by the way, Buzzy Mongold. Buzz Lightyear. What will he do? Mongold has never won. This is his 137th career start in NASRA. He has 3 top fives and 18 top tens. But Buzzy Mongold, Jacob, has never won. We're ready for a restart. By the way, this is overtime number 1.
And Wesley, I mean, you know, that is one of the things about super speedway racing that we love oh so much is, you know, it's like I said, you know, you end up having your first time winners in situations like this right here. So you could have a first time winner once again,
Jacob,
like we had 2 weeks ago.
Cole Larson. Cole Larson, number 20. He's never won in NASRA. Neither has Kaufman. Neither has Goodwin.
There ain't no telling how this is going to turn out right here.
Ready to see what happens as we come back to green. Remember, they have to take the white flag presented by Darren's Detail and Shine on the other side. If not, we go to double overtime and triple overtime and quad overtime and single overtime. And as many overtime attempts it'll take, whatever it takes, as they work now with Suss in the lead of the back straightaway.
Joshua Suss up at the front. Andrew Harris lined up right behind him. Cole Larson, Kaufman back there. Kaufman would love to get him a win, and that would be a first career win for him. Buzzy Mongold as well. 4 drivers in the top 5 looking for their very first career win here at NASRA. Suss leading them off of turn 4, coming back to the wide.
Andrew Harris looking for his 9th win. He'll shove out of line. Here they come, single file to the line. White flag in the air, presented by Darren's Detail and Shine. Race is official. Next time by, Suss holding off Harris, Larson, Kaufman. We're single file, nose to tail in turn 1.
Yeah, now you're starting to see some of them bump up to the top. Brady LaBeouf trying to jump up here and get this outside lane rolling. Buzzy Mongo going to jump up here and get this outside with him. Maybe trying to get LaBeouf to shove him all the way to the front. Harris trying to put the blocks on. Larson, Kaufman back there behind him as well. The Kappa, Joshua Suss, final time through 3 and 4. Is he going to be able to get her done?
You're not in Kansas anymore, Sus. You're at virtual Daytona, and you're leading by about a car length to 2 truck lengths now. As now they start to get side by side. Here comes Larson. He wants to win. Sus holds on. Sus is done it. Sus is going to win Daytona. Joshua Sus is a winner of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. 6 1,000ths of a second. Larson was licking his chops to the inside. He wanted his first taste of victory also, but it's Joshua Suss to do it.
Hot diggity damn. That is how you do it right there. Suss getting the win. Photo finish. Larson right there trying to make it happen. And look at this right here, Wesley Outland. 1, 2, 3. The podium finishers, all 3 of them going for their very first career win in NASRA. That is wild. That is awesome. That's why I love super speedways. Look at this.
Finish. Larson trying to go from the outside to the inside. Shuck and jive move on Harris and Kaufman. Larson went below the double yellow line, but he still stayed on the top of the apron. Here they come to the stripe. Wow, that close. And I'll be honest with you, Jacob, if Larson would have won that race, it might have been questionable for the win because he is below the double yellow line. And I say this to not make anybody mad out there for the Larson family. Cole Larson's second place finish might be null and void because he is below the double yellow line. Now, there's different rules like they were for the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. For the most part, Jacob, TJ Moore's the race director, and he enforces that. That's something we might have to keep an eye on. We might be saying, that's not right. We might be saying that James Kaufman and Andrew Harris are 1, 2, and 3. Dean, show this again. Show the finish one more time. Coming out of turn 4, this is what we are talking about. Not Joshua Suss, Jacob Reeves. He's won the race fair and square. Joshua Suss has got it. But the question is on the green Mountain Dew number 20 of Cole Larson. He might have even lost second place here. Watch the finish.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a hell of a run right here on the outside lane, gets the shove. Then Suss comes up. Fantastic block, and Larson comes down. Did he force him down below the double yellow line? That would be the question on that one.
That's the question, and I promise you they will look at multiple camera angles, look at onboard cameras with Larson and Suss, and that's what the question will be. Now, is Suss going to get penalized? No. But with that being said, they will determine if Larson gets second or if he's going to be sent to the tail end of the longest line on the lead lap for going below the double yellow line. We will check with NASRA, and I know that Jacob and Dean in post-race for interviews will carry you guys the rest of the way, and we'll find out what that is. Joshua Suss is the winner. He gets it done. First ever career win in NASRA. Tonight for the Stage 1 winner, getting it done in the first attempt of overtime. As we mentioned, Joshua Suss, an unbelievable performance. We'll be chatting with him here in just a moment. I'm trying to look at something here for Joshua Suss, and I'll get back to it in a moment. It will be second place, Cole Larson, questionable. Second place is questionable. James Kaufman showed for third. Andrew Harris fourth. If they bump Larson, Kaufman and Harris would be second and third. Then it's going to be Brady LaBeouf, Luke Smith, Jeffrey Johnson, Buzzy Mongold, Chris Cinnamon, and Tyler Goodwin, Jacob. The top 10 with a checker flag fell here in Daytona tonight.
Yeah, and then J.D. Larson coming home with the 11th place finish, with Lucas Lyons coming home with 12th. How about Justin Lumpkin, able to jump up 15 spots from where he started at and finish in the 13th spot, while Peyton Johnson ended up finishing in 14th. Taylor Peacock gets 15th, with the Bulldog Adam Newton ends up getting 16th here this evening, with Steve Barnett 17th. Holiday Brian Chew 18th here this evening, with Roger Diebold, and Daytona winner at the start of the season, Colton Hogan, rounding out the top 20.
Chris Blanchard will finish in 21st, Stage 2 winner, by the way. Jonathan Cookfield, 22nd. Kerry Tribute, 23rd. Joey Sires, 24th. And Shane Scott in the top 25. Aaron Van Rattle, Matt Cherry, Chad Ross, all multiple laps down from 26th on back to the finish, including Jason Morales. Raul Meza, Mr. 500 of NASRA, has another tough break, finishing last. Shane Trotter did not start the race. TJ Moore was race control. For Joshua Suss, it's his 190th career NASRA race start. His first ever career win will now be, as well as his 11th top 5, his 33rd top 10. Jacob and Dean carry you for the Florida Cabinet Distributors post-race next, and we will get the thoughts of this driver. You know it's going to be exciting. I know we're going to check in and try to find out if second place is going to stand for Larson or not. I'm Wesley Outland. We'll see you next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. From the Super Speedway to Sim City, Luke Smith, and now Joshua Suss. Get it done here in Daytona. We'll chat with the 80 next week. I'll see you in Vegas. Good night, everybody. Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
We're back here at Daytona, DSR Electric Truck Series in the books. First time winner, Joshua Suss, the Kappa, gets it done here tonight at Daytona. Josh, buddy, buddy, me and we've been buddies on here for quite some time, and everything else, and we've been pulling for you to get your first win. What's it like? Well, first of all, I'll ask you this question. Take us through the mindset right there on that green, white checkered and what you had to do to try to get this win.
I thought I was doomed. The restart before, I had Adam Newton right behind me, who was 100% dedicated to pushing me, and then he got taken out. So I was just hoping Harris would stick with me, and I'd hopefully be able to buy him a beer later, because he only lives like an hour away. But he stuck with me. He lost a little momentum, and then I just had to make a block on Cole, and it stuck, and I won by a nose. And it's like Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Sounds like it, Joshua. I'll ask you one more question, transition that to your sponsors and your shout outs. But Josh, you come so close so many times, being in position to get these wins. You finally got your win. What's it mean to finally win here in the North American Sim Racing Association? Obviously, thank your sponsors and shout outs afterwards.
Oh, it means a lot. I've come so close so many times, and just to finally be able to pull it off, I have to go to work, but man, am I ready to go to work. But I just want to give a shout out to Cops, Florida Cabinet Distributors, Merce Magical Creations, Starbase 1552 Comics, all Blue Line, Blue Lights. We worked with Chrome and Swim tonight. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Andrew Harris. I owe you a beer. Thanks for racing me clean at the end, Cole. And thank you guys for being here.
Light up the siren for the copper. He's got it done. He gets it done here tonight at Daytona. Josh, buddy, congratulations on the way. Appreciate your time. Locked in to the Fast 16, Sweet 16, whatever the name of it is. We'll see you in Vegas next week, buddy.
See ya.
That was Joshua Suss with the win here tonight. We'll go to second place finisher Cole Larson. Cole, damn, buddy, one spot short. What more or what different could you have done to try to find a way to get around Joshua Suss?
Yeah, that was a close finish, but yeah, I was hoping the 25 would be able to push me. He did, and then he just blocked me, and then I really just had no help from behind. I had to try to make the move, and he just did what he had to do to block me, and then he got it. I mean, it was a good finish. Shout out to him for keeping it clean, obviously, and yeah, that was great.
You know, Cole, I mean, you know, we come to Daytona with Super Speedway and everything else. Well, your mindset on, you know, how the race went. I mean, you know, some of the moves out there, you know, I thought it was a hell of a race. But, you know, some of the moves, we looked at it, maybe they was a little bit too aggressive. Do you just transition to that as just Super Speedway racing, playoff racing, or maybe just too much aggressive driving out there?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of aggressive driving, maybe definitely too much. They were going 3 wide on lap 20, so I think there was a little bit too much, especially lap 50. Yeah, and then after that, I thought we would have tamed down a little bit, try to make it to the end, but they still wanted to keep going and wrecking. But yeah, we came out, we rode in the back the whole race that we had to do to get a top 5 in stage 1, and then went back to the back. You know, we stayed out of all the messes. Somehow made it through that wreck on lap 98 and came back for P2.
Cole Larson coming home with the P2 here tonight. Cole, buddy, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. Thank you, sponsors. Need shout outs, young man.
Yep, thank you to my parents for allowing me to do this. My dad, obviously, being my teammate. Aaron for being my teammate. And just everybody that puts this on. You, all the broadcasters, Brady, Cody. This is a fun league. And yeah, just thank you guys.
Cole Larson coming home with a P2 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. We'll see you in Vegas next week.
Yep, see ya.
That was Cole Larson. Obviously, in the playoffs, will certainly help his case going into Vegas up on that ladder in the 24 playoff drivers. Third place finisher, James Kaufman, up 19 spots, one of the biggest movers in the field. James, buddy, hell of a race right there. Tell us about it.
That was about like usually go around here. Seems like I'm always on the short end of the stick for some reason, but I managed to climb up and hold on there, so that was good. I whole last 2 stints had to run with 16X, just waiting for that other one door bang to make me do another drive through, and I was like, good Lord. But managed to hang on and got it. I was shocked that it stayed clean running to the end like that. That's compared to the way the race started and the way things usually end up at the end of Daytona. That was a nice surprise there.
You know, James, you know, you come into the night, obviously I'll ask you transition this one to your sponsors and your shout outs, but you come into tonight on the cut line right there with Buzzy Mongo, Jeff Johnson, all y'all right there kind of on that cut line. Was we thinking about points? Obviously, with the second race of 4 here with the Sweet 24, was we thinking about points, or was we trying to think about possibly just get up here and just get us a win?
I was just trying to finish the race. The last 2 weeks, something's happened to kill things for me, and that's just I just was gonna that whole last stint. I was like, all I'm gonna do is push and stay out of trouble and not. And that was basically pretty much I did the whole race. I didn't make any stupid moves. I didn't put it 3 wide. I didn't. It's like I'm just gonna try to stay clean, and it doesn't always work, but it sort of did this time.
Take what you can get. That's the James
Yep.
Kaufman way, by God. James Kaufman coming over to P3 here tonight. James, buddy, congratulations on fans. Appreciate your time. Thank you, sponsors, and these shout outs.
Yeah, biggest one is thanks to my wife. She lets me sit here and do this and holler in the middle of the living room. So that's always a good one. I'm retired, so thank the Army and thank the world for that. Living in the Florida Keys, so I didn't have to mess with any snow or ice. Shout out for everybody who had to deal with that and is still dealing with it. Too bad for you. Other than that, everybody have a good one. Praise God.
Well, I guess, too bad for me, I guess,
We got beef.
Yeah, because I've got to deal with it. But James, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the P3. We'll see you next week in Vegas, buddy.
Yeah, take her easy.
Oh, Lord, already throwing jabs at me in here, Dean. Damn, they throwing jabs at me now, Wednesday, Sunday. There's your race results, all the good stuff off of it right there. Obviously, with the lead changes right there, 25 of them, 9 cautions. Here in the 100 lapper, a little over 100, but went over into overtime. But hell of a race. Dean, buddy, final thoughts on a good one here tonight, DSR Electric 250 Daytona.
Yeah, it was a great. And obviously, it's always fantastic to have a first-time winner. You can hear it in Joshua's voice as well, too. He's been ecstatic. He's been racing so much, obviously, here on the NASRA network, big supporter of this racing, as well as, of course, his own Prosper Endurance Racing Series as well, too. I'm sure he'd love to win that. Maybe he will love to win that at some point in the future as well, too. But at least he gets his first NASRA race win here for the DSR Electric Truck Series. And, he had to fight his way up the front there. He did it. He survived. He got up 15 places, and he got the victory. So let's hope to see some more first-time winners as well, too. I like the likes of Cole Larson there, Kaufman as well. We want to see more of that here on the network. That brings you some of the best motor racing on the planet.
Yeah, no joke on that one right there. I mean, it was an absolute blast on that one. Always good to see some first-time winners come up and be able to get the win. Doesn't matter where it's at. Talladega, Daytona, short track, mile and a half, you name it. I love super speedway racing. I love Talladega, and I love New Atlanta, but Daytona, damn it, it's right up there at the top of the list of my favorite tracks because of the stuff that you got to see here tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Joshua Suss getting the win, very first career win of his career here with NASRA. Folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast. Got to thank all the great sponsors. Obviously, Cops for the Friday night series. Prosper Engineering with their, endurance racing at Autodromo Rodriguez, that damn road course that they're going to tomorrow night. Make sure you stay in tune with that one. NASRA 360 Racing Network. It'll be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Wesley and Dean. All the sponsors. Literally the list could go on and on. Premier Racing Setups, Murph's Magical Creations. Can't forget about DSR Electric for what they do for this series. Dan Gobble, everybody out there. Just all the great sponsors. That total company, hell, you name it, they're here. We love them, and we mean it. Drivers, y'all put on a hell of a show each and every week. It doesn't matter who gripes, who's got beef. Y'all put on a hell of a show. You fans, y'all come out big numbers, support this great, great league. Thank you very much to each and every one of y'all for everything that y'all do. Bray LaBeouf, Cody Nod, allowing us to come up here, broadcast, be ourselves, entertain you, the fans. For the best damn producer in the business, Australian Dean Hopton Biggles, but also from a good buddy, lead tonight, Wesley Outlet. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as always, say, be safe, be kind, be fast. First time winner, Compa, Joshua Suss, get her done at Daytona. Who is going to get 777s on the slot machine next week when we go to Sin City, Las Vegas, next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live and only on the NASRA 360 Racing Network? Who's going all in?